Well, good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing so well. Today, we're going to be discussing the Moroccan tax system. Genuinely, we're going to see the updates of the new financial law of 2023. And certainly, it's a video. It's going to be just an introduction, a brief summary or an executive summary about what did happen since the 1st January of this year. Many things has changed. There is a new measures of the tax law. It concerns individuals, it concerns also corporates and so on. So first of all, we're going to start by a definition about what is taxes and why we should pay taxes. So if I may share with you the slides, I'd like to start with this brief introduction. It says that a tax is a compulsory financial charges, means it does goes with the financial jargon. And it's a charge. It's something that it goes off from the pocket, either the pocket of the corporate or the pocket of the individual. And other type of levy, a levy, it's a tax, and the meaning of levy, it's a tax that it's paid in cash. Because when we say tax in general, taxes before were paid in a kind form. For example, we're in the countryside. We're in the middle of the 1920s or 1930s, and then there is a farmer. He should pay the taxes, so he paid it in terms of kind for potatoes or tomatoes or any other type of fruit or vegetables. But when we're talking about the levy or the financial charges, mean that it's paid in cash. It's one of the most main characteristic of taxes. And also, the taxpayer is not free. He's not free to choose either he will pay the tax or not. It's got something compulsory. He has no freedom of picking or choosing which type of taxes he would like or which type he would enjoy. He cannot avoid it. It's something compulsory, means he is in the obligation to pay the taxes. And who collect the taxes? So there is the state, there is the government, but they don't interfere with the individuals in terms of collection or collection. So there is a middle person, there is the middleman. This middleman are the government organization. If we take example here in Morocco, we have two types. There is the tax administration that is legally eligible to collect the corporate taxes, individual taxes, and so on. There is also the treasury. Maybe in the United States there is the term of the feds. There is the treasury. It's not a ministry, but it's a government organization. It's like it's the pocket of the state or of the country, and it's legally also eligible to collect another type of taxes. There is the tax of dwelling. For example, I'm dwelling in my home. This is my main address, so I'm paying a taxes over this. So there are two type of taxes. We can say that there is some taxes are paid and collected by the administration of taxes, and there is another type that they are paid and collected by the treasury administration. So those government organizations are playing a role of middleman. And why we pay taxes? As it's obvious in the definition, that it's in order to fund government spending and various public expenditure. Means that when the government collect the money from the taxpayers, this money is the source of financing. It will fund all the investment program or project that are put in actions. For example, there is a healthcare system. Morocco, for example, Lamu or Ramid or so on. So how can the government fund those projects? It's mainly taking the money from the taxpayers, and it's like the money comes from the taxpayer and it will goes back to the taxpayer, but not in a direct way. It's an indirect, because he will take his money, his own contribution to his country, by form of public services. As you can see, regional, local, or national. As we see, there is some taxes that they are going to regions. For example, in Morocco, we have 12 regions, so each region have a small part. Like the part, or you can see how much money or how much budget it's allocated to this level of hierarchy. So there is regional, local, and there is national. It means how the government, the ministries, the budget they get from the taxpayers. If we see studies about the tax pressure in Morocco and so on, we can find that it goes on to about 30%. Means that 30% of the GDP it's made of, or it's collected from taxes, which means that if a country relies on taxes that much, it's about 30% of its national GDP, means that if anything goes bad with the tax base or the collecting system, there will be we can say a big feeling in the system. So that's why taxes is really important in the Moroccan economy. There is another definition, and I certainly try to adapt it with the French legal jargon because we use it often in Morocco. So tax is a pecuniary benefit, as we said. It's a levy. It's a financial charges paid in cash, in money, and required of natural or legal person, means individuals or firms or companies. Mean they have some kind of uh, legal statute, and the individuals, if he doesn't have this legal statute, he's just been a worker, an employee that takes or gets a salary monthly, private or public. Means person that they are working for public administration, they are paying taxes, same as people or employee that are working in the private sector, according to their ability to contribute. This one it's a constitution. It's a constitution principle. Means if I'm having a salary of 10 grand, I'm gonna pay taxes up on 10 grand. Like the tranches where my salary it's to correspond. But if there was no adaptation on the ability, all people will pay, for example, 30%. If I'm having 1 million, I'm gonna pay 30%. If I'm having a $500, I'm gonna pay 30%. So this is why the constitution tried to mark and to enlighten the fact that people or the taxpayers, they are contributing to the country according to their ability to contribute. Genuinely, this is taxes. And if we want to talk about Moroccan tax system, I can certainly say after the independence of 1956, 57, Morocco tried to put a modern type of taxes. We were not in a taxes, as we said, that were paid with kind, and generally they were taxes of the of like when there is a market, and then so you can book a place and to sell the vegetables and so on, there is a tax to pay. Or another one, for example, when the ships come, so in order to take to take the goods that you are ordering, you have to pay some kind of taxes. There is many Arabic names for those taxes, so there was no translation. For example, the taxes of the vegetable were called tertib, so you can pay some amount of goods to the government, or between brackets we say المخزن. So they were eligible to collect taxes. And after that, Morocco tried to put a modern way of taxes, and especially we're gonna say the marking year is 1986. They were a big reform of the taxes types. So they were an introduction to, for example, corporate taxes. As we know it now. You pay it on the result, if you make benefits or no. and there were a reform of the individual taxes also. So there is this year 1986. It's going to be like a marking year because it did change the view of the fiscal or tax system in Morocco, and especially there is the new era. It started in 1991, 1992, 1993. They were trying to reform. They were stock market in Morocco. They started to do more institutive measurement to boost investment and to bring in between brackets the foreign investment. So this is genuinely the dates that they mark in the tax the Moroccan tax system history, and we try to focus on in the last 10 years, because before 2023 there were a tax system that we all know. So there is a company, it make benefits, means a positive result. This result gonna be trying to correspond to a tranche, and if your result or the benefit it's in one of those brackets, so you're gonna pay the tax rate correspond. But after the financial law of 2023, so there was a lot of change. But maybe we can just set some of them. For example, they were a conversion of the total company's rate to a 20%. So before 2023, there were three rates for the corporate taxes. They were 10%, 20%, 31%. But after the financial law of 2023, so everything changed. We're trying to converge in the horizon of 4 years, from 2023 to 2026. We are converging to a unified rate. It's about 20%. And if your company make a benefits more than 100 million dirham, so you're gonna converge, instead of paying 31%, you're gonna start to pay 35%. So there was a raise in this rate. There is one exception here. So, it's for the as we said, the institutive measurement. So there's Casablanca Finance City. So there are some companies, they have the title. It's something that shows that they are in a more beneficial area. Its zone zero is a geographic institutive measurement, and also for the in industrial acceleration zones. So those are also some beneficial geographic zones. They giving more advantage to society. They are there and genuinely uh, specialize in industry, and also in the exportation of those goods and services. So the credit institution or banks, they were like hit up the rate from 31% to 40%. So it doesn't matter if you make a result of benefit, it's less than or greater than 100 million dirham, you're just gonna pay 40%. Why? Because you are making a lot of money. The difference between the expense and also the profit, it's a large, it can goes up to 30, it's a margin of 30%. So banks, they have money, so for that we're gonna tax them more. But as we all know, that the banks, they have their own way of the tax system, or tax optimization. So as we said, our Moroccan tax system gonna convert to one unified rate. It's mentioned here. It's 20%. So as you can see here, we're gonna move on from 2020 to from 2023, 2024, and so on, and we are converting to 20%. If your company, it's a healthy company, you are in a prosperity era, and then you are making a benefits more greater than 100 million dirhams, so surely gonna be paying 35%. There is something also to trying to give more details about it, is that when you're talking about the tax bases, there was no changement in tax bases, which means like I'm reducing the tax rate from like they were marginalized in 31%. Now it's gonna all converge in one unified rate, 20%. Either you make which type, either you make a benefits like less than 100 million dirham. There is no other classification, and the exemption of corporate taxes is going it's going be reduced with time. Also the Casablanca finance city, or the accelerated zone, industrial zone, they are not having more advantages as before now, because we are trying to align with the OCDE countries, the democratic ones. So we're trying to fight against money laundering and also tax avoidance. So for that, we try to shorten the investment incentive tax measurement, and as you can see here, the tax we are not imposing or paying taxes over a accounting result, but we are paying over a fiscal result, a tax result. It's another one. We are trying to adjust with some expenses and some incomes if they are taken in consideration in the tax basis or no. And generally, this is the tax administration that give us order how to calculate this adjust accounting result. And this is something that I tried here to color it in red, that in Morocco we are avoiding the double taxation. It means when you are distributing dividend as a company, you are paying a tax in the sources. It was in the rate of 15%, and now it's converging to 10% with this new tax law in the horizon of 2020-2026. And those dividend, you cannot pay taxes on them twice. So if I am the one who I am the one who gonna benefit from those dividends, I receive them from a company that I'm taking a participation, or I'm a shareholder, or I'm having some shares. So I won't accept to pay taxes twice, and so on. Also, the tax administration say, so you benefit. It's a kind of exemption at 100% rate. So you won't be eligibly obligated to pay taxes twice on the dividend. For that, we subtract them from the adjusted account result. There is another thing we can discuss, is tax exemption, as we said, and mainly who are exempted. If we're talking about non-profit organization, because they're having a non-profit subject, they are trying to do some good for the people, some good for the elder, or any other activities for orphans, for children, and so on. But if that non-profit organization has another part that are trying to fund, means they are selling some goods, or selling some services, or they are doing any kind of pecuniary activity that's going to make a profit. So that's the law stop this exemption, and say, no, we're gonna tax this part as a separate corporate. It's gonna obey to the law of 20%. And the last thing to say is, we are talking about our tax system, and also about the globalization. And so there is not just Moroccan corporates who are operating in the uh, Moroccan soil. No, there is other foreign companies. Those companies, either they have a registered office in Morocco, they gonna obey. They are subject to the corporate tax. They gonna pay relating to any property, any lucrative operation, any product, any profit, or any income they are making on a Moroccan soil, or on a Moroccan territory. Even if they are doing it occasionally, it doesn't matter. The tax administration say you're gonna pay taxes. There is no escape. And there is one thing, if we can say, it's unordinary uh, tax rate exemption, or minimum. We're gonna put a minimum for the taxation, is when there is a convention between the two countries of for avoidance of double taxation, then like Morocco with Saudi Arabia, the last one we talked about, or Morocco in any other European country, and also, or with UK, or with United States. They are putting some rate, some maximal rate of taxation that you cannot pass it, or you cannot put a greater taxes rate on. So like this, we try to give a simple overview of the tax system in Morocco, and what is the new tax measurement with the financial law of 2023. And I hope that you're gonna be liking this presentation, and thank you for your attention.